do we work with existing projects?
Correct. So now, this question that comes up every often in everybody's mind, right? GenAI will work for a greenfield project. It cannot work for brownfield project. Okay, now let me come out of this. Okay, now project is created. Now after that it's a existing project. Okay, now to do project, whatever API is existing project. Okay, now I'll go to that existing project right now, which is to do project, which is having only API. I'll go to Claude. Okay, whether it is existing or empty project or existing project, you go and start your Claude CLI. Okay, after that, it's a iterative and interactive mode for development. So you need to go to the existing project code and you start Claude, and then you start asking what you want to do next. It could be a new feature, it could be defect fix. We already did that for 2 fixes, right? Now, API is there, UI is not there. Okay, let me ask, okay, can you please show all to do in a nice, intuitive user interface? Please build based on with better UX design as built by senior UX designer and lead UI developer.
Do we have to mention which like React or Angular, which it should use?
If you want to give a guardrail or direction, you can do. Otherwise, it will pick the best option. If you want to clearly say, if you want to do in Flutter, you can say. But otherwise, default nowadays is picking React because many people are building in React, and it builds in TypeScript. If you give, it will take that. If you are not sure that is the best, don't give. If you want to constraint, you give. If your application built in Angular, you give.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. So by default, it builds in React, is it?
Yeah, that is what I saw on it. I built many projects, so it is picking up React and TypeScript, which are the mostly chosen technologies for front end. For back end, it's better to give direction. So I prefer building in Firebase for a prototype and the projects for explanation. Whichever, if you want to build in AWS or Google or Azure, you can give. I normally give for a backend Firebase. It has authentication, it has cloud serverless function, it has storage, etc. Yeah, now say it has got that comment. Yeah. So it understood the intent, right? I'll help you to build a beautiful intuitive to-do application with excellent UX design. Let me first check what's currently in our project directly. So in existing project, it will understand. Then only it will create.
So it does not just dump code into it.
No. So if it's a one thing is it's a context engineering that is important. Wherever the context is there, it will figure it out. So it internally it uses bash commands. If you see ls minus la, developer will go and read the document and all, right, code base. So it is figuring out internally. The Unix developer will use awk command, grep command, etc. So it internally it uses those techniques and understand the code base, and then it will use that. So it after that understanding, it's called out. Okay, I can see you already have one backend API running. Now I'll create a beautiful modern front-end UI with excellent UX design. Let me build this with smooth animation, intuitive interaction, and a clean design. Because we are given that instructions, you need to behave like a senior UX designer and lead UI developer, some guidelines. So it is taken it little seriously, and then is doing UX design and then creating a better application. And what is coming next in the to-do list, it is you see here. Now let me approve because every time I don't want to give SS, so I'm giving full control. But be careful when you do full control, it will go and change. You cannot stop. Okay, if you want to review each change once, one by one, you give one by one approval.
Okay. Is there a possibility to review the code change that is done by this AI?
Yeah, that when you give one by one, you can it will show you what change it is doing, what is removing, what is it adding. The review is not much effective in CLI, but when you do in VS Code also, you can do a Claude CLI on the right hand side, a context you are got link to a particular file. It will also find out more context. Since review is one pain point in the fast development with Claude CLI, Anthropic is coming up something next year. They're going next after CLI. What is the innovation? Anthropic is working on something. I think sooner that will come. So nowadays, developing in IDE, the old traditional IDE is dead. So now current maturity is CLI. The next maturity something is coming differently.
Got it.
But you need to mix and match. So if you want to go faster, go with CLI, and maybe next episode we'll show viewers how to do in VS Code also. What are the things it built? Okay, it built UX design and UX, and then functionality. Let me start the server so that you can see it in action.
I'm so excited to see the UI now.
Yeah. Okay, now it is asking permission to start. I'm going to say escape or the third command. I have started the server. Better you treat as a person and interact. Okay, then it understand what you are doing also. I think localhost 3000. Yeah.
We're checking the server is on.
Yeah, server is started. I'm just opening the UI. Okay, now this is the UI.
Wow.
So now, okay, now let's add a task. Okay, now this is a to-do application. It's a simple application. Okay, it's not a complex, but it built the UI. So let me add. Okay. Okay, so two tasks I added. Okay, now we are almost going to complete this one. So maybe we can edit this task. And yeah, I don't know if it's complete is there or not. Yeah, so if it would take, I think it completed. So it made so intuitive that you don't need to do complete button. So, yeah.
It's really amazing, no?
Yeah, if you want to make further changes, you can make. Okay, now you ask any one change, we can ask it to change in the UI.
Say, for example, the color from blue to red or something like that.
Yeah, okay. Great. I could hit the UI. I do not like the color theme. Please check and improve.
Any non-developers can now build an application with the help of this AI assistant.
Yeah, that you need to have balance. Okay,
Yeah.
now you need to have breadth of technology, not anymore pie shape. Yeah, so now you asked a question. So since you were asking question, there are many options. It is giving dark mode or what option you want. Okay, so let me select the recommended option. So you can choose. When there is a more option, it will ask you.
Okay. I can't wait.
Right. I'll update the theme to modern blue and teal color scheme. Sometimes as a developer, I will choose some bad colors. So I'm also not good at colors. So sometimes AI generates very nice color themes because a human getting a color theme, you need to be a UX designer. Otherwise, you cannot get it right.
Yeah. So what we basically built is a full stack application. We built APIs, we built the UIs and stuff, right?
The only
Imagine
thing we
me
did
as
not touch the Firebase. So next is a complex one. We'll touch that backend layer with database layer. Right now, API layer is there, as you mentioned. It's a full stack which have not touched the database layer yet. UI layer we touched, and API layer we touched. So that is our next explanation.
But this typically changes the ways the traditional developers work.
Correct. Yeah. So
Things
now
changes
normally you
now.
will have UX designer as a role and
Yeah.
a person with that skill. Let's not go to role. Okay, let's go to skill.
Yeah.
UX designer as a skill and UI development as a skill and backend development, microservice or serverless functions or cloud-based development as a skill. All of that is available with a super agent. It can do any of the skill for you.
Exactly.
And the level of errors I have seen, it is very minimal, maybe 1%.
Wow. That's super amazing.
Yeah.
So we don't spend a lot of time in debugging or
No.
fixing the
So
bugs,
you
right?
see this only 30 seconds, and when it is doing the work, we are chatting, discussing. So the cognitive load also taken away.
Yeah. Wow, that is
Yeah, it
really
changed.
amazing.
So I don't know how to put this animation on. So it changed the gradient color with blue, green, and then it changed the typical blue to something, etc. Okay, so now I think we'll move on to next one. I think this is how you work in an existing project to
Yeah.
customize.
Amazing.